All right, guys. We are looking at this question from 8.8C, and this question right here is asking us about. Let me read the question. An object is thrown upwards at a speed of 198 feet per second by a machine from a height of 18 feet above the ground. The height of the object is t seconds and can be found using this equation right here. Give all numerical answers to 2 decimal places. First and foremost, a little bit about this equation right here. The negative 16 is t squared is a result of gravity. That's the pull of gravity. Gravity pulls at negative 16 feet per second. The 198 is the initial speed of the object, and the 18 is the height. If I was to kind of draw this out from right here at 18 feet, well, maybe much lower, 18 feet, the object is fired upwards. It reaches a maximum height, and then after it reaches its maximum height, it comes down and it hits the ground. Right there. I guess it can't go through the ground. Well, it could maybe. If it hit it really hard, I guess. But anyways, that's what we call as an arc, and that arc is quadratic. The equation for this arc is h of t equals negative 116t squared plus 198t plus 18. So based upon this arc and this formula, they ask us some questions right here. When means they're asking us for time. Will the height reach or be 601 feet? Well, the first thing I would point out to you, if I go to this graph right here and I find a height of 601, if I were to go across to the graph, I'll see right here, this is my first time. But if I keep going across, I'll note that it's 601 again a second time. So this is T1 and this is T2, and this is the first clue, well, a clue that this is a quadratic equation. Because I have 2 times, I know this can be an indication that I'm looking at a quadratic equation. But anywho, to solve this equation right here, I simply set 601 feet equal to the height formula, negative 16t squared plus 198t plus 18, and then I solve. My first goal is therefore to get it equal to 0, so I subtract 601 on both sides. So 0 is equal to negative 16t squared plus 198t plus, oh no, plus minus, minus 583. Yes, that's a weird number. And so most likely our answer is going to have decimals in there. And so because of that, our best bet is to use the quadratic formula, which is x is equal to the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. And so that's going to be negative 198 plus or minus the square root of 198 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times negative 583, and all of that is divided by 2 times negative 16. Sheesh. Good thing you guys get to use a calculator, right? Negative 198 plus the square root of 39204 minus 37312 divided by negative 32. That's going to be negative 198 plus or minus the square root of 1892. Isn't that when Columbus sailed the ocean blue? Divided by negative 32. Of course, all of this is just us putting stuff into our handy dandy calculator. It's negative 198 plus or minus 43.4971 divided by negative 32. We're going to have to do this twice. Negative 198 plus 43.4971 divided by negative 32. And that's going to give us 4.83. And then we do the other one. Negative 198 minus 43.4971. That divides by negative 32. And that gives us 7.55. So after, by the way, this is in seconds. And so this is 4.8 over here, and then 7.55 over here. All right, the next question asks, which is actually the same question again, so we're going to do all of the same math one more time. The second question asks, when will it hit the ground? The object. Well, when it hit the ground, the height is 0, and so it's just going to be 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 198t plus 18. What happened? Oh, there it is. And so you just plug all that in the quadratic formula. X is equal to negative 198 plus or minus the square root of 198 squared minus 4 times negative 16 times 18 all over 2 times negative 16. And so that is going to give us negative 198 plus or minus the same number we got a while ago, 39204 plus 1152 over negative 32. And then that will give us negative 198 plus or minus the square root of 4,0356 divided by negative 32. And that's going to give us negative 198 plus or minus 200.888 over negative 32. So of course, we're going to have to work those two things out. It's going to be negative 198 plus 200.888 over negative 32. And that is going to give us negative 0.09. But of course, we have to toss this answer. Toss this answer because you can't have a negative time. The machine is fired forward. We can't go backward in time. Negative 198 minus 200.888 divided by negative 32. That gives us 12.47. And that's how long, 12.4 seconds, to be more precise. And that's how long it will take for us, the ball to hit the ground.